Airport hotels are part and parcel of my travels, and I spend a surprising amount of my life at hotels like this one featured here in today's episode. Easy, convenient, and well connected are some of the traits of airport hotels. In this episode, I step into Shanghai Pudong Airport's newest addition to their expansive footprint.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up.
And g'day guys, and welcome back to my video. If you travel as much as I do, flying from airports to airports, airport hotels are really part and parcel of my travel routine. So today I'm coming to you from Shanghai Pudong International Airport, and the expansive area you see behind me is Shanghai Pudong. Okay, there's Terminal 2 over there, and Terminal 1 is behind me. This airport is just seriously huge. So tonight I'm spending a night at the Holiday Inn, which is this brightly lit building you see behind me. So I'll take you through what this airport is all about, because my flight arrived earlier on at about 7ish, and I'm leaving first thing in the morning tomorrow as soon as I get up. So I'm leaving the hotel at about 5 a.m. That's why I decided to get a night here at this Holiday Inn at Shanghai Pudong. So come along with me and let's see what this hotel is all about. Let's do this.
Everybody just do your thing.
If you're new to my channel, my name's Brian. Born and bred in Singapore, I now call Australia home, and I create heaps of travel content. In this travel series, I set foot in 7 countries and 1 territory, covering over 27,000 kilometers in the air. Our first international stop is in Shanghai before I head to Japan, where I pay my respects at one of the oldest religious institutions in the country. Flying an airline which will be relegated to the history books in a couple of months is always a must. And that takes me to Seoul, where I confine myself to the hotel room for 2 days because it's always fun traveling while you're sick. A new airline is clocked for my channel before I say sawadee to Bangkok. And from there, I fly the long way south towards Indonesia via Hong Kong. The homeward bound journey is with an old friend who has had a recent makeover, and it's always good to be back. Therefore, this series will contain heaps of flight reviews and my showcase of numerous airport hotels because they are such a lifesaver. All videos will be linked in the description in chronological order as and when they're published. If you'd like to make a direct impact into the growth of my channel, give me a like, hit the subscribe and the bell icon so you won't miss what's coming up next. Even better, become a channel member for early access to these videos. My seamless data roaming connection on this trip was made possible by the wonderful team at Simify eSIM. All I needed was one eSIM download, and I was instantly connected whenever I landed at a new airport. No more rushing to buy a physical SIM card, searching for public Wi-Fi, or dealing with expensive roaming charges from your telco. Follow the links in the pinned comments of this video to purchase yours. Here's a huge thank you for your support, and let's get this video started. When I say that Shanghai Pudong Airport is huge, I meant it. By physical size, they cover some 40 square kilometers, ranking second to Beijing Daxing, which covers 47 square kilometers. Pudong Airport is also China's busiest for international traffic. With such a heaving airport, hotels, and there are several of them, it becomes a necessity. The infrastructure of Pudong is ever expanding. And tonight, we say hello to the newly opened Holiday Inn located right here. It's conveniently connected by covered walkways to both terminals. I took this trip in June 2026, and the hotel was only about 11 months old. There are 409 rooms spread out over 6 floors, which makes it a fairly large hotel, although the nearby Shanghai Pudong International Airport, the granddaddy of all airport hotels here in Pudong, is still the undisputed champion, coming in at 712 rooms. I'm assuming majority of this hotel's customers would be walking here via the covered walkways from Terminals 1 and 2. So the main entrance to this hotel is a little plain, without any fanfare, with only these 2 ornaments placed here to signify an entrance of some sort. That unremarkable entrance aside, stepping into the lobby feels like you've been welcomed into a VIP section of the airport. The decor is modern, striking a balance between stylish and practical, with its sleek finishes and warm lighting. You'd be greeted by travelers coming and going, and the sofas filled with people staring into their phones in a trance-like state. If you're walking from the airport terminals, you'd enter the hotel by coming up these escalators, then walking in the opposite direction towards the lobby, which is now behind me. In this video, we'll proceed ahead to see what's there. There is a lobby bar at the end of the walkway, which has the potential to act as a holding pen for the jet-lagged. It's a perfect location to recalibrate your body clock as you try to figure out which time zone you're in. It's not exactly a thumping hub where the body beautiful congregate to be seen, but rather a quiet area for reflection and relaxation. There is one restaurant where the daily morning breakfast is served, and that's about it. The menu is plainly international, ambiguous burgers, sandwiches, and pasta dishes. Perfect if you're exhausted and just want a quick bite. But if you're looking for something more interesting, just walk to either Terminals 1 or 2 and you definitely get a better feed over there. Being exhausted is part and parcel of my travels. So whenever I come out of the elevators heading towards my room, there's almost a sigh of relief as I'm immediately cocooned by a velvety, luscious tranquility. This corridor looks like the world's most comfortable runway, stretching into the horizon. The soft lighting and neutral colors are almost too relaxing as you start dozing off while walking towards your room. Don't be surprised if you get lost, passing a room numerous times because the doors are just so well blended into the walls. The overly warm undertones of this room is broken by the green tiles of the bathroom, which really reminds me of mint candy from a 100-year-old wooden cottage somewhere in Scandinavia. Like a lot of modern hotels, you look straight into your room naked while showering. The giant illuminated hovering mirror with soft lighting is very flattering on your exhausted complexion after a long-haul flight. I like this bathroom, and the missing bathtub underlines the overall purpose of this hotel: check in, sleep, wake up, and leave. By the way, don't let those expansive windows seen on the hotel's facade fool you. They are divided between 2 rooms, and they aren't divided equally. It's more of a 75-25 division, so looks like I drew the short straw on this day. This room absolutely screams modern luxury, and the Nordic influences are undeniable. And the bedside pendant lamp looks more like a designer handbag from something gaudy like Versace. However, the ugly reality of architectural engineering meant there was this awkward support pillar in this weird position. And hiding behind it was another modern industrial lamp with a shelf which wasn't really functional anymore in that hidey hole. The clean, minimalist Nordic design philosophy continues with the room's numerous provisions of shelves, safe, and other amenities, underlining its purposeful and functional message, utilizing the language of less is more. I've done my fair share of travels through China, Korea, and Japan. In winter, these countries do excellent heating. But this trip was taken in summer, and sadly, they don't do air conditioning as well as I'd like. And Holiday Inn suffers from the common issue I have with air conditioning of hotel rooms in this part of the world. They like it warm regardless of the weather. So this wraps up my video about my stay at the Holiday Inn located within Shanghai Pudong Airport. The convenience is undeniable, especially when you have an overnight connection like I do. Even if you're staying out here for some more days doesn't mean you're missing out. The airport is well connected to downtown Shanghai by 2 train lines, which typically takes you about an hour to get there. The hotel, being so new, means the amenities are ultra-modern and up-to-date, making your stay an incredibly comfortable one. This stay was booked via Qantas Hotels for 3 bonus points per dollar spent, coming in at 164 Australian dollars per night. For now, it's time to bring this to a close and join Live Ryan to conclude.
And so guys, this is the Holiday Inn at Shanghai Pudong Airport. So what do you think of this airport? Do you like it? Do you think it's beautiful? I think it looks pretty neat for a sleepover. And it's a pity I won't be staying too long over here because tomorrow morning I get on a flight to Tokyo Narita the first thing in the morning, so I'm leaving the hotel at about 5 a.m. I think. Yeah, so anyway, I've chucked details of my Instagram on your screen right now, so hit me up there, chuck me a follow so you can come along with me on my travels in real time. Of course, if you want early access to the videos, become a channel member for less than the price of a cup of coffee a month. Alright, so in the meantime, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you for my next video. Bye!